I'm Harold Gaspard. Delgado's been a big part of my life, I guess. I started in 1972. I was hired to start the X-ray tech program, the radiography program. And I came in July of '72 to set it up. Actually, it was an interesting start because we had no college-type program for rad tech. Most of the programs were in hospital base. We were trained in hospitals, and so just about every hospital had a program going on. So I was president of our local radiography group. So a friend of mine had to X-ray one of the administrators from here, Mr. Fred Ackus, and he sort of said to him, why don't you all start this program at Delgado? So he tells me about it. So I wrote the letter and said, could we talk? And so it went from there, and we actually got it off the ground, and they hired me in July. They could only hire me for 6 months. That's all they could guarantee, at $5 an hour, which was interesting. I agreed to take it, and I said, well, if it closes in 6 months, I'll train the students out and go back to the hospital, train them, and we'll get it done. But I had confidence that we could pull it off. So that was really the first healthcare program that we had here. Prior to that, there was they called it an allied health program, but it was more safety, industrial safety type of a program, not real true healthcare. So from the rad tech program, then we also started the respiratory therapy program, and there was an environmental health program. Those two came in on a grant right after I started. So that sort of started our history in healthcare. I wrote the letter to Delgado to get the rad tech program started, the radiography program started. And right after I started that, there was a grant in progress that was funded, and then they funded the start for the other two programs, the respiratory therapy and the environmental health program, which did not last very long. It was gone after about 5 years, I think. And we stayed pretty much with those programs until 1990. And that's when the charity hospital programs, the hospital-based programs that they had there, were going to start, they wanted to phase them out and move them into Delgado. So at that point, Dr. Collier, who was the president at the time, asked me, and of course I accepted to be the division chair. It was actually a chair at that point in time, we were called, but chair of the Allied Health Division, and get it started. And so we moved in with the two programs, and then we absorbed some of the programs at charity, and that they had. They had an X-ray tech program, so those two just merged. They had a sonography and ultrasound program that we took over also. Then the nuclear medicine program came over, and we absorbed that one. Then we started building. We worked with the Metropolitan Hospital Association, which pretty much was a group of all the hospitals in the city and the surrounding area. And of course, at that time, there was a tremendous healthcare need, for healthcare workers. So we worked with them. They identified the programs that were needed, or the workers that were needed, and we were able to just continually add programs, through the years. To now we're up to we train just in allied health in 28 different healthcare areas. So that's makes us very large. We're a big healthcare player, and that's not counting nursing. Nursing has always been a separate division because of its size. It's such a huge program, so it's always been a different, separate division.